seeing a lot of that this fall.
So the red team is already out to a 21-0 lead. Jackson Dart will lead this red offense. Caden Prieskorn back at tight end for another run. A little mesh concept. You find your tight end who's going to be a big part of their offense again.
And I alluded to that matchup. Trey Amos on Trey Harris. Jackson Dart trying to hit Trey Harris on a crossing route, completely undercut by Amos. Had to go to his third option there, Caden Prieskorn.
So we got 9-on-9 on the left side of the formation. That's your one-on-one matchup to watch.
Two of the best in the SEC, hands down.
Amos had him locked up, so he goes over the middle, and it's knocked away.
Well, again, looked for the one-on-one matchup down the field to Trey Harris. Amos all over it, so a little bit of a seams concept. Tried to split the safeties down the middle, and good coverage once again there by Jaden Kennedy.
So far Jackson Dart has utilized the tight end and now the running back. It's like a really good point guard, right? Just getting everybody involved.
And that's the thing, right? That this is the difference with 7-on-7. No defensive line. Quarterback can just stand like a statue, slowly work through his progression. So shouldn't see too many errant balls by Jackson Dart. That's an area he took a big step last year. His accuracy, especially downfield, improved so much.
We've got a turnover. And Blue ends up with the football. I don't know what happened. And I'm not sure Jackson Dart and the red team understand what happened.
No, Dart completely confused. That was a Lane Kiffin ruling there.
All right, so we'll turn it over and we'll see the blue team. And this is where it's going to get interesting, right? We know what Jackson Dart brings to the table. We've seen his body of work. And now an opportunity to see a young guy at the helm for this blue offense.
Yeah, and this is one of the competitions that will come out of spring and into fall camp, the backup quarterback position. Walker Howard and Austin Simmons, two extremely talented kids. Austin Simmons will be the first one here for the blue team.
Simmons gets picked off on his first pass, and the red team will dance in with the touchdown.
Chris Paul Jr., there's a new name as well. The former Arkansas linebacker, second in tackles for that Arkansas team last year, and just read this the whole way. Now, I'm a quarterback, so I'm going to go to bat for Austin Simmons here. Normally, linebackers, they have to worry about the run game.
Right.
So when these linebackers are starting 7-8 yards deep, it really sucks up a lot of those holes for those throws underneath.
They actually marked him out at the 1, so Jackson Dart will have it just outside the end zone. And the red looking to add to a 21-0 lead. They picked up their lead thanks to the dunk contest. Scored 21 points there. We're gonna march it back, give him a little bit more room to work with. By the way, this is Lane Kiffin, like, in his element, just making up rules on the fly, moving the offense around.
Kind of like how he calls games, right? There's a game plan, and then remember, we talked to Jackson Dart last year, and he goes, man, sometimes middle of the game, he'll pull out a play and a concept that we haven't ran in months, and it'll end up being a touchdown.
Let's get him over here and kind of talk about this entire concept with Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin. What was the idea behind this event as a whole? How did you come up with the plan?
Well, I kind of wanted to think outside the box, because spring game, everybody just runs a few plays and a few defenses, so we really analyzed it doesn't do us a whole lot of good, and you potentially get injuries, and so we just weighed that, and then we said, okay, well, let's make it like the Pro Bowl and have a skills 7-on-7, and then in between just said, okay, what are ideas? And I was like, all right, how about a dunk competition? I'm thinking Trey Harris would win. And then hot dog eating competition. If we could get Joey Chestnut, we could figure that thing out. And then a skills challenge and a relay race. So we just tried to make it exciting for fans, for players, and pretty cool day.
Let's talk football for just 1 second. Your thoughts of your team through spring practice.
I think they've done a really good job. We got a lot of new players, but they're veteran players, and a number of them have played a lot of college football, including the SEC. So it's been good to see them come together and work together, and we got a long ways to go, but it's a really good roster.
Freedom that Jackson Dart has running this offense, does he get more of that through this spring going into the fall?
He's got a lot of he has plenty of freedom in flag football.
He just gets to sit back there in the pocket, take 5 or 6 seconds.
Except he didn't read the rules that they got to make it to the 20 to make that first down, so he was all pissed off.
I think a lot of the portal highlights go to Trey Amos. Chris Paul made a big play right there, Juice Wells, but I think I was most impressed really on both sides of the ball, how you address the offensive line and the defensive line. Tell me about the importance of that going into the SEC this year.
Yeah, I think over time we've done a good job in the portal at the skill positions. We'd be a really good 7-on-7 team.
Yeah.
And then, this is the SEC, and it's a long season, and so looking at it where our strengths were the skill positions, sometimes they were not in the line, in the front 7 on defense. So we really attacked that with size and length, and we look a lot different.
Hey, before we let you go, a perfect day today looks like what when you leave the facility tonight?
No injuries, number one, and no injuries.
Are we going to get Joey Chestnut in the hot dog eating contest? He going to hop in there?
I don't want to give anything away, but Joey's here. I met with him before, and here's a good story for everybody out there. Don't quit the first time. Joey lost his first eating competition. He lost a lobster competition, and he stayed with it. So like Michael Jordan didn't make varsity and got cut, Joey Chestnut lost the eating competition.
All right, stay tuned. We might see Joey Chestnut. We might not.
We may. Three and a half left in this first quarter. We'll let you get back to the work that you're doing, in air quotes. I mean, he is unconventional, right? But he's also got a very creative mind. And so we were talking to him before the event today, and he said, yeah, the group text is already blowing up with coaches, especially in the SEC, telling me, hey, man, you won't believe how many injuries we've been through in spring. Why didn't I think of doing what you're doing today?
And Austin Acton there with the first touchdown. You know what? Here's my gripe with that. You're going to do a little pop pass on a jet motion in 7-on-7. What about the D-line? Someone's there would contain, It's
everything's within the rules.
A little gamesmanship going on here down in the red zone. But you know what? Back to just the format of today. I said it before. Spring games, you're beat up. You have to put together a scrimmage. You've already scrimmaged almost every weekend. This is going to catch fire in the SEC. There are coaches that are going to be watching this going, man, the players are having fun, no injuries. We've seen all we need to see up to this point. The scrimmage wouldn't change anything before going into summer workouts. So I love the concept. Players love the concept. And I think the fans do as well.
Not too much mustard on that one through the back of the end zone. It is interesting talking with this coaching staff, and Lane today admitted that there wasn't a whole lot of good on good in the traditional sense in the spring. In fact, Lane was telling us they didn't even tackle throughout all of spring practice, but also they didn't line up and play a whole lot of 11 on 11. It was more, all right, wide receivers against the DBs. Let's get the lines to battle it out a little bit. Is that modern football?
Yeah, I think it's modern from the stance that there's also a portal that opens up on Monday. So from a depth chart standpoint, I think that plays into it. But also, when you have a veteran team that has top SEC caliber talent all over the place, you want those guys to rub off on the depth. You want those guys to be teaching the young guys, to be running plays with freshmen, right? So I think there's a lot of development that goes into mixing these rosters up in spring and forcing the number one receiver to run with the third quarterback at times. I think you grow from that. I think that's an important part of spring.
Need to get to the 20 for the first down of a possession. And that's good enough to reset the chain, so to speak. It's Hudson Wolf. They got a loaded tight end room led by Caden Prescorn. Wolf back for another run at it. They also added another out of the portal.
Yeah, Daquan Wright from Virginia Tech. Prescorn is such a utility guy, can do everything. Block, catch, protect in the pass game, in the run game.
Oh, big fella, getting in a little shovel pass.
J.J. Pegues, very familiar with playing offense from his days at Auburn, playing tight end. But again, shovel pass in 7-on-7?
I'm not sure that's in the book.
But hey, your guess is as good as mine as how they're keeping score. I'm going to keep looking at it. I'm going to tell you that Red's up 27-25.
Yeah, well, they were. Remember, Red had a 21-0 lead through the dunk contest.
Ah, okay.
One touchdown, missed the extra point. So it's going to be the last play of the first quarter, if they can get it off.
Throw deep. Throw deep.
Why not? Into double coverage and falls incomplete. All right, so Red, through the dunk contest in one quarter play, has a 27-0 lead. We're going to go to another break. We're going to get ready for the next event, which I believe is the obstacle course. But low man wins, right? Low man wins.
Oh, yeah. It's all about leverage. Again, you really want to get low, get on the ground and hold, force the other team to wear themselves out, and then synchronize your pulls. Or just, oh, here we go. Blue's getting low. Look at,
oh, you got to keep your footing. Red team anchor is doing some work. And this is going to be, we're also falling off the middle line here a little bit, but.
Oh, Blue's fighting back, though. Oh.
It's it. Red team with the win.
How about the ref crew out here today? Easiest paycheck they've collected? Like,
yeah.
What, you throw a flag in tug of war?
I mean, you could, I suppose. I don't know what you would do that would make it illegal. Hey, how about Walter Nolan getting in on a tug of war? Transfer from A&M. This guy's going to be a beast up front.
And probably one of the guys I'm most excited about watching this SEC season. His explosiveness, his twitchiness. Pete Golding said he's the closest thing to Quinnen Williams I've seen.
That is high praise.
Yeah, pretty good comp.
This is a battle, an absolute battle.
Oh, who's going to wear out first?
We've got some slippage on the red team, and blue is going to maybe get their first event of the games. And Blues even it up at 1-1 apiece in the tug of war.
Another name that I'm excited about, Nate Kalepo, the Washington transfer, the guard. Obviously, 2 Washington offensive linemen transferred to Ole Miss in the portal. They added some serious beef.
They didn't need to add that much. They're bringing 3 starters back, really 4 if you look at the season as a whole. They had left tackle, left guard, and you go get 2 guys who play for a title.
2 guys that are 325 and above. Also added the tackle from North Carolina as well, 330. I mean, it's going to be one of the bigger offensive lines in the SEC next year.
When this staff first came here, kind of a little bit of the concern was, can we win without that size up front? Now they've got the size, especially as you said on the offensive line. The heavyweights are done. Now we're getting some of the skill guys in the mix. And this is as even a tug as we have seen. By the way, this is also a strength coach's dream.
Uh-oh.
2 men down on the red side after they had the advantage.
Hey, Daquan Wright here, man in the end of the red team. That's a big tight end. He held his ground there as his front guy slipped.
I feel like the anchor is the most important position, and the transfer helps the red team win it.
Might have a few blisters after that one.
Red team with the point. Moving to round 4. Round 4.
All right, round 4. We got We got Jackson Dart doing tug of war.
Oh, Walker Howard out there. So got a couple quarterbacks on red.
Tail of the tape, blue looks much better position in this one.
I think it's all quarterbacks over here -1. So 3 quarterbacks are losing right now. Come on, boys.
Jackson's getting flung around.
Look at Walker Howard. He keeps getting closer to that. Oh, no.
And the trash talk is immediate.
I mean, come on.
Who made that roster?
Quarterbacks, their job is to look pretty, throw touchdowns, sign the NIL checks or cash the NIL checks, and win some football games. Going against a fullback in there. What are we doing?
All right, so now we get staff on staff.
Hey, round 5 participants. Brandon Deckard, Devon Patterson, Devontae Wilson, Joe Judge. For Navy, Nick Savage, Jordan Simmons.
Joe Judge is out there?
And Chris James.
Red is up 35-8.
We got a little huddle here now, little huddle.
Oh, a little strategy session going on here.
Leave it to coaches to overthink it, right? Hey, pull hard.
It hurts us. Every
Here
event.
is the big matchup of today. Red staff versus blue staff for the sorority championship. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Coach Kiffin doing his best Bruce Buffer.
You better be careful if he says the phrase, it comes with a check.
Uh-oh.
Red side just
Red is dominating.
Absolutely dominating.
Oh, blue held the
Blue's not
line.
done yet. That's it. It's another win for Red. All right, now we got the sorority finals. And we'll see which 2 houses have advanced to the finals.
Oh, they look ready. I see some chalk on their hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it is all business. But why didn't Juice hop in on one of these? I feel like he could help out.
I really could. I feel like I could.
I don't know. Black team looks serious over here. They got chalk on their hands, some strategy going on.
The Pi Phis versus the Alpha Chi Omegas. Pi Beta Phi in the black, Alpha Chi Omega in the pastel. And
Hey, black team's got cleats here on 2 of them.
yeah,
Distinct advantage.
Pi Phis are prepared.
Oh,
And
it's
this thing is a whitewash. Pi Beta Phi wins the tug of war contest for the Grove Bowl games.
wow. Never a doubt. The chalk, the cleats, the matching outfits.
And the trash talk. Hey, we do have more football, I think, right? Maybe we take a timeout, come back. Or do you want to get in on this?
Oh, yeah. One-on-one?
Oh, we got more. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We're not done. We got an additional tug of war contest.
Bonus.
4-on-1.
Oh,
Is that right?
the winning sorority is taking on
Jonathan has taken on the Pie-Fives. Oh! He pulled the chair on him. He dropped the rope. The games continue. We get back to football.
And took a huge step from 22 to 23, and I expect another giant step for him, as now nobody's sleeping on his talent.
Walker Howard will lead the red team here, second quarter of 7-on-7, and wide open, and a bomb to Austin Acton. That's what Howard tried to do to end the first quarter.
Absolutely love it. You get a two-safety look. You run the running back straight down the middle of the field. Moved the field safety with his eyes, and nobody there for Austin Acton running right down the middle of the field.
That's 2 touchdowns for the LSU transfer, Walker Howard.
Yeah, and again, we talked about that backup quarterback position, I think is somewhat of an open competition. I mean, Walker Howard, extremely talented. He probably operates the offense better than any of the other guys, but there's a lot of talent behind him. Austin Simmons, the true freshman out of Pinecrest, Florida, has an absolute cannon. I mean, Charlie Weiss Jr. said it's freaky. He's also a baseball player, but ton of talent. As he learns this offense and learns how to operate it, he's definitely in the conversation for that backup quarterback position.
He actually threw last night against Mississippi State, so it's a busy weekend, and Ole Miss playing baseball again tonight against State in a series that dates back to the 1860s. What is the role of a backup quarterback in a system and in a scenario where you have a returning starter like Jackson Dart? What is most important for that position, assuming Dart stays healthy?
I think it's honestly has nothing to do with being on the football field. It has everything to do with camaraderie. It has to do with assisting in scouting, film sessions. I mean, I was in a quarterback room with Dan Orlovsky and Mike Glennon in Tampa Bay, and Dan was one of the best ever at being the biggest resource for a quarterback. And I get it, Dart has more experience than those guys, but you can absolutely be a resource, and the only thing it's going to do is make you better. But the better that relationship is, the better that room is, the better the team is as a whole.
I think of a guy like Chase Daniel, who stuck around the league forever because he was the perfect teammate in the film room, in meetings on game day. Same thing applicable at the college level?
Absolutely. And then in this offense particularly, when you're a backup quarterback, the operation is the most important. It's not the touchdown throws and making huge plays with your legs. Can you come in when you need to and run this high-tempo offense without missing a beat? You're going to be a different player, right? They don't have another Jackson Dart. He is an elite talent. They have a lot of prospective talent behind him. You got to be able to step in and just run the system.
Simmons just wide on that touch pass, trying to get it to the edge. Midway through the second quarter, and a 46-8 lead for the Red, who won the dunk contest, dominated the tug of war. Who got the Pie-Fives points, I wonder? Simmons surveys, and he goes underneath. And a throwback, why not? He was down before he got rid of it. Trying to get the big fella involved.
Reese McIntyre probably just telling him, hey, just shovel me the ball. No one's guarding me. Yeah, no one's guarding you because there's only 7 people on the field.
There's a reason.
And you're not included in that count.
like when a bad shooter is open, it says, Coach, nobody was guarding me. Yeah, there's a reason nobody's guarding you. What a perfect day for these games with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Not a cloud in the sky. And Oxford just last week named the #1 small college town in America by USA Today. And a completion on first down.
You know, we're not going to see a lot of the running back position today. Right. Obviously, the headlines, Quinshon Judkins at Ohio State now. Ulysses Bentley will be RB1. So explosive, averaged about 5.7 per carry last year. He's going to get a chance to step into a bigger role. Logan Diggs, the transfer from LSU, was of note as well. He may or may not be healthy by the time the season roll around. That's a position to keep an eye on Monday. When the transfer portal opens, I think that's a position where Ole Miss will be looking for another running back.
The running back depth has been key for Kiffin over the years. And kind of you talked about at the beginning, it's an offense that leans run first most years under Kiffin, even though the thought is, well, they're just wide open and throw it all the time. Deep ball, and it is picked off. And the blue team with the takeaway.
Hey, that was Trey Amos down there. You know, anytime you see a lot of number 30s and 40s at receiver, you know it's a lot of the backups and the walk-ons that are in there. So Trey's going to be a starter week 1, I believe, for this Ole Miss football team, and picking on some guys that that might not be.
Second down for the blue.
Ready to catch one? Because they're coming right at us right now.
Flag was taken down at the 1, so the blue team will have goal to go.
Great throw there by A.J. Maddox. Couple really nice throws today already from the true freshman out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Coming right at you. A little option look. Free ball. By the way, it's supposed to be non-contact.
But if you're going to hand the ball off, that defense is like, hey, we're going to tackle. I love it.
Rolling on the field.
We've got a first flag of the game. It's turned into full contact. We're going to, in the third quarter, so we're in the second quarter now, we're going to talk with Jackson Dart during the third quarter of action of the flag football game. 7-on-7.
All right, we got a ruling there. Where you fumble, you're down.
Okay, yeah.
So Blue's going to retain it here.
Oh, wouldn't you love the maneuverability of the arm slot?
Dude, that's the third or fourth throw that A.J. Maddox has made that was big time. Second time I've seen him drop that arm slot completely down, sidearm, throwing around defenders. There's a lot of talented guys in this Ole Miss quarterback room.
By the way, is that ability to move the pocket, to be able to throw on the run, to change your arm angle, is that any more important in Lane Kiffin's offense than others?
Absolutely. Yeah, just because of how many RPOs there's going to be, how many crossing routes you end up having. There's a lot of junk going on in front of you as a quarterback in this system, especially with the tempo. Sometimes the defense isn't lined up. They're just standing in front of you. So got to be able to change that arm angle. Another really good throw. Aiden Williams not able to bring that one down.
46-14 is our score. And the red taking over again. Jackson Dart back out there to direct the offense. Just off the mark. Trying to find Jordan Watkins. It's a pre-scored. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Maybe time for 2 more plays.
Oh yeah, with this tempo, 20 seconds. Better hurry though.
Wow, what a throw. The timeout taken with 7 on the clock.
And that one right there just shows the talent and the development. Stepping up in the pocket, moving to his left on an absolute rope across his body.
Harris, 8 touchdowns last year. On 54 catches, he was just 15 yards shy of 1,000. That was the winningest season in school history for Ole Miss. 11 wins, including a Peach Bowl win to close the season. One last play in the quarter.
This one will be going to the end zone. I wouldn't be surprised if it's headed in 9's direction.
Was looking at him all the way. Now goes the back corner. That's too much. Hey, remember when
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut is going to come out here in a minute, but we've got everybody participating, including Susie Jellison. She's a Kappa. Jellison.
Susie Jellison, let's go, baby.
All right, let's go.
Hammer my over.
Hammer the over? What's the number? What's your prediction?
I'll set it at a nice 6.5.
6.5. Susie's so fired up. Everybody's fired up for this hot dog eating contest, Jordan. What do you got?
I got Diego Pounds up here. Diego, how many are you going to take down, and do you have any strategy?
I don't have a strategy at all, but Joey told me a strategy that I'm not going to say right now. But he told me a strategy, so I'm going to try it out maybe halfway through. But in my head, maybe, hopefully I can get 10. Hopefully.
Is it the wiggle? I always see him doing the wiggle.
You saw him tell me?
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to see the big man wiggle a little bit.
I might bust it out.
All right, I'm with Eli Acker. You have a game plan or no?
Not really. We're just going to kind of wing it. We're going to dunk him. Ackenberger, I'm going to already call it he's going to win.
Really? Was there any pre-planning involved? Like you got a scouting report?
This guy's been training for weeks.
I got to find out about this training. Exactly how do you train for this, sir?
Preparation, all in the preparation. Each dog's independent of every other dog. We're ready.
What's your number?
We're going to be 12 plus.
12 plus. And the man of the hour getting ready to enter. He is the champion and undisputed. Look at this resume, Jordan Rogers. This is Jordan-esque. He's got 55 world records. His hot dog record is 76 in one sitting.
Holy. That's just unbelievable. I want to know what happens after.
No, you don't. He is a 16-time Nathan's hot dog eating champion.
Joey, thank you so much for coming. I want to make sure everyone understands. Joey is the 16-time Nathan's hot dog contest, eating contest champion. 16 times. The number one competitive eater in the world is not just hot dogs. Give me a couple other things that should keep you competitive. 120 points, sweet beans, 8 minutes, 141 parboiled eggs, 13 pounds of red meat.
Guy takes on 22,000 calories in the eating contest. He's had over 1,100 hot dogs.
Joey would say, this is the record, 103 crystals in 8 minutes. 103. This is excellent. Hey, Joey, we're going to step over here. You're going to watch this. This is going to be like Michael Jordan watching people play horse. But we're going to have you.
All right, If you look at Joey Chestnut's resume, Jordan, it's not just hot dogs. This guy's first eating contest was a lobster eating contest. He did not win that one. He lost it. But look at all of the other contests that he's won over his illustrious career.
It's unbelievable. I love the story, though, and Lane Kiffin even mentioned it's kind of like the MJ story, getting cut from your high school basketball team. It only made him work harder, Tom.
I'm worried, by the way. Are you comfortable being on the stage, Jordan, like being in the line of fire?
I don't. Diego's about 340 pounds next to me, so I feel like I might catch a bow to the face at some point.
There's going to be tube steak flying all over the place here in a minute. I'm really nervous about being so close to these big dudes throwing down dogs. It's amazing.
Hey, my man right here has some serious form. Are you eating a hot dog?
I'm eating a hot dog.
Diego.
What are the odds that everybody keeps all of it down?
Oh, Chestnut's giving Diego a little bit of advice over here. Get that wiggle going. Bro, are you only one down? Come on, bro. Come on.
Jordan, you're in the line of fire, buddy.
I got to get one of these.
The perfect concessionaire hot dogs. We got a frat guy down here that's got 3 down. What's the biggest number you see on that side of the table?
Hey, my man over here is dipping the buns. He's got the Joey Chestnut strategy going on here. How many are you down? What do we got? 3? Oh, that's it? I'm almost at 1.
Eli Acker's hitting 1. It's an embarrassment to offensive linemen across the world. I've had as many as Eli Acker.
We're at
1. The biggest number I see is 4. Guy's housing it.
We got a lot of 2s. We got a 3.
I got Brent down here, who is now 6 deep. Right in front of you, Jordan. My man Brett got 6 deep. And he is getting in it. He is getting in it to win it. Go with the.
He's got the dip
buns.
Tom, are you on your second?
Yeah.
Me too.
And we still have 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
Boy, I got to say, the big boys are struggling. The big old linemen are struggling over there.
They've never had to do this before. Biggest number I see is 6. We got 2 guys at 6, including my man Britt.
We got a 6-5-5 over here. Oh, we got a 6. We got a tie.
Britt from the Fight Out House is looking to finish strong. He's going to be telling this story for the rest of his life. Uh-oh, get a camera on Joey Chestnut. We got a call to the bullpen.
We got 7 over here. Hey, Chestnut's in the bullpen. He's already 4 down.
Let the master work. We might have a reversal of fortune.
We got 7 over here, Tom. 8.
Britt's slowing down. Fight Outs are proud of him, but Joey Chestnut is undisputed. Uh-oh, he might have had a long night at the library. You got to keep it down. Remember the pie eating contest? Stand by me. It's like watching Picasso paint. Blue team wins it. I don't know if we have a camera on this side of the stage. Joey Chestnut is the star, but I want to talk to Britt. Britt, what's your last name?
Reichley.
Britt Reichley, your Fight Out?
Yes, sir.
What made you decide to get in this contest?
So I hold a couple records here in Oxford from my friends making me do it, and then they told me Joey Chestnut was going to be. I was like, I got to try at least.
How do you feel about your performance? You knocked down 8.
I feel great until right at the end. Right at the end, it finally all hit me.
What is next for you this weekend?
A party, which I'm missing right now, so I'm about to go to it.
It's unbelievable. Congratulations on the effort. We look forward to maybe you following Joey Chestnut someday.
That's my hope. He's my idol. Most dominant athlete of all time. I want to be just like him.
Fight Outs worldwide are proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, just simply unbelievable. How many hot dogs have you had?
3. I'm 3 deep. I'm pretty sure I ate more than Diego Pounds.
I think you did.
And he outweighs me by 2 human beings.
20 hot dogs in a minute and a half for Joey Chestnut.
He is sweating.
Unbelievable performance. Now, if you really want to be impressed with Joey Chestnut, I want to see him play defensive back next quarter.
I almost just lost my 3rd hot dog.
This is the best carnival I've ever been to.
I'm not sure there's been a time I've been paid to eat 3 hot dogs.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm really proud of you.
All right, I think we need to go to a break and get set for football, and maybe we'll have a chance to chat with Joey Chestnut on the back end of it. How are you feeling?
It all hit me.
I know you don't feel great because your hair is messed up.
That was 3 in 10 minutes for me.
bit of a weird little. I didn't dunk a bun, so it got dry. But yeah, the crowd was pushing me, and I'm pretty happy with that.
I'd imagine that you weren't at peak performance just yet. I mean, you got to train for the competitions leading up to it.
Absolutely. Runners have to run, eaters have to eat. I haven't really put much into work into hot dogs yet, but come end of the month, I'm going to be doing hot dog practices every week, and these numbers are going to be going up. I'm going to be making a run at the record this year.
What does a practice session with hot dogs look like?
Practice session?
Like how many?
Dude, well, in the beginning, it's like marathon runners don't start off at 26 miles. My first practice is going to probably be about 48, 50, and then a little bit more every week. So building that tolerance, getting the muscles to work together, and just making my body into a hot dog eating machine.
What is the message of never give up when you lose your first ever eating competition and then you turn into the GOAT?
Oh, yeah, it's all right to lose, but you have to come back, and you have to come back stronger, and it's what you do after you lose, and that's what really makes us.
Hey, before we let you go, Oxford, Mississippi, #1 small college town in America, just named this week. You get a chance to get a taste of the town last night and spend some time here today. What's a visit like, and what did you first think when you got the DM from Lane to come down here?
I thought it was like somebody impersonated him at first, and then I was like, wow, this is really him. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to shuffle around my plans. I'm going down there because I've been here before. I knew it. Dude, Oxford's a great place. It's a great place. These guys, girls going to school here are so lucky, and I'm just happy I'm out here to hang out with everybody for a couple days and just enjoy this whole Grove Bowl.
Very cool. Hey, we'll let you go. Let you take more pictures. Congratulations. Great to meet you again.
Thank you.
Have fun. We do have football going on right now, actually. We have 7-on-7 going on, which is, after a first down pickup for the Blue, kind of the reason we're here, I suppose. Lane Kiffin is a perfect salesman. It's what makes him such a great recruiter. And his idea to bring in Joey Chestnut to compete in the hot dog eating contest, Jordan, it's a no-brainer once you think about it in hindsight, right?
Well, it just has to do with his ability to recruit talent, right? We see it in the portal, and then you're throwing around the idea on a random Tuesday, hey, let's have a hot dog eating contest. Of course, you go into the portal and get whoever you want. So get Joey Chestnut, and all it takes is a DM when you're Lane Kiffin. Pretty awesome.
The portal king strikes again. It looks like Jackson Dart is getting loose. It might be going back in the next Red possession. Red has seen its lead shrink to just 10 points after the Joey Chestnut pinch hitting appearance, a call to the bullpen. Now, Lane embraced the portal right off the bat and has built the roster over the last couple of years by taking advantage of it, and they're doing it once again this year. You had a couple of offensive linemen from the University of Washington. You get a great defensive tackle from Texas A&M. You had Juice Wells, wide receiver from South Carolina. And by the way, you mentioned this earlier, just dropped in. They're not done. There's likely roster transition continues through the next portal opening.
Absolutely. Again, I think when it opens on Monday, I think running back is an interesting conversation. Also, possibly linebacker. We talked to Pete Golding. He loves a lot of his guys. Maybe add one more for some depth. But again, the headliners of that portal class, of course, Walter Nolan. Princely Umanmielen from Florida is a stud as well that'll be off the edge. Trey Amos in the secondary. But I love what they did on the offensive line. They went and got monsters. They got everybody they brought in was 320, 330 and has experience. Two of them have experience in a national championship. Two guys from Washington. You got a left tackle from North Carolina that started 13 games that could only take down 4 hot dogs, but he's a lot better at blocking defensive ends. You got Jerquan Scott, a guy that came from a group of 5 that's played a ton of football and can work at center or the interior. So that is where I think the portal is going to pay the biggest dividends next year. They've always been talented at the skill positions, but to have the talent, the size, and the depth at the line of scrimmage on both sides, that's the differentiator that takes you from 9 or 10 in the country to pushing to be one of the best in the country.
By the way, with the new college football playoff, 9 or 10 in the country, as it would have been last year, gets you into the playoff. And with this offense.
And late in the season, what do you need? You need the line of scrimmage. You have to still be able to bully people, protect your quarterback, be physical at the point of attack. And again, the two teams that Ole Miss lost to last year, Alabama and Georgia. And I know how the playoff shook out, but you could argue two of the top 4 teams in the entire country.
No doubt.
And one of them, the Alabama game, Caden Prieskorn, not on the field. Trey Harris, only a couple routes. He wasn't 100% healthy, so 2 of your best players on offense weren't there that day. They want those games to go differently next year, and that line of scrimmage, as we've mentioned, they address through the portal, going to be a big reason they'll have an opportunity to do so.
I don't know if you noticed, but Jackson Dart is working with a golden football here this quarter.
Is that like the money ball in 3-point? Is it extra points?
I think it is. I mean, Dart's numbers from last season, as often as he put it in the air and only throwing 5 picks, was impressive. Hey, we got Lane back in the house.
Yeah, so Lane.
Double-point money ball.
So what does that mean, the money ball?
Money ball is like they're putting their chips on the table, so everything's basically double points.
What happens if they lose with the money ball? Do they lose points?
The blue team gets double the points that they normally would have, whatever happened.
What's the biggest progression you've seen from Jackson, maybe end of the season last year to now, and who he's going to be this fall?
Throw back to him.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And the center's out in front of him. Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Thank you.
Tell me about your quarterback. How is he poised to take another big step next year?
Yeah, I think he's done a really great job in the offseason. He actually had a small surgery, but he's done a great job leadership-wise, like investing time in the players, because he has all these new guys, especially receivers and linemen, and just spending a lot of time with them.
Tell me a little bit about your new hobby, pickleball.
Yeah, we started playing a staff pickleball tournament, and it's right across the street from us, and now I'm kind of like addicted to it.
You kind of run the courts over there.
I don't run them, because sometimes like the tennis players come over and they put us back in our place.
But you said today you stacked your team a little bit to get a W this morning on the pickleball courts. Give yourself some good juju going into the spring game here.
I did. I think a big thing in life is learn from your mentors. And Coach Saban at Noon Hoops would always stack his team, and he'd actually make the SID guard him that was terrible, so he would win every time. So I've kind of adopted that in pickleball.
Hey, speaking of goats, what was your impression of Joey Chestnut's performance here today?
I mean, I was in awe of that. I actually had a couple players and our manager guy say that's the most impressive thing they've seen in life. Kind of like when you go to an NBA game and on TV they seem big, and then you go to the floor and they're like really big. That was like amazing. A little nauseating at point, but that was amazing.
I thought we were going to have a reversal of fortune at one point, but being the pro that he is, he wasn't going to let anything.
Oh, that was like a layup for him.
I might have a reversal of fortune.
Yeah.
I took down 3 dogs during just talking, and it's sitting on my chest right now.
I really thought about stopping it for him, because I was like, oh, is he okay? But obviously he was.
He's a pro.
Hey, real quick, we're talking about having a guy like Jackson Dart, and as talented as your quarterbacks are behind him, with Jackson Dart healthy, what is the main role for a backup quarterback behind a guy like Dart going into the fall?
Well, they always got to be ready. They're one play away, and they got to continue to develop. Oh, that's going the other way. That was not a good throw. They got to continue to develop, and like I said, one play away. And Jackson does a great job mentoring them, and have someone like that in the room is awesome.
All right, we'll let you get back to work. Lane Kiffin's work today started with pickleball. Includes overseeing a dunk contest, participating as a viewer with a hot dog eating contest, and watching Jackson Dart try to carve up 7-on-7.
Yeah, he's just walking around making sure nobody's getting hurt, making sure everybody's having fun.
Here's one of his young quarterbacks here. Into coverage and batted away.
By the way, back to that touchdown that we saw as we were talking to Lane, an absolute dart between 2 defenders from Jackson to Trey Harris. We're going to see a lot of that next fall.
Comfort level of having a guy as explosive as Trey Harris, but still plenty of talent. He's not like he's the only wide receiver on this team. I mean, they got a lot around him, but from a quarterback perspective, knowing that you have the relationship and the reps with a guy like Trey?
Yeah, and just you're able to exponentially get so much better. And that, again, another amazing ball, back shoulder by A.J. Maddox all the way down to Aiden Williams. Look, football's not the highlight today, but if there's one guy that's turning some heads right now, A.J. Maddox, the young quarterback, is making some big-time throws.
Another look at Dart threading the needle, and Blue knocking on the door again. 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Blue needs all the help and all the points they can find. You know, another thing I picked up on that I'm a big fan of is maybe we should just let music play during games.
I would love it.
I mean, like NBA style. Just get a good DJ and let them work.
But then it's like, whose playlist is it? How do you make everybody?
Next to her.
So that's a lot of pressure on Landry.
Well, they don't have to really do very much because they don't turn the keys on until they drive it back.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
being pushed.
I feel better about that. She's got to keep it straight. Red has dominated blue. Up 56-43. And
Rules question. What's the question? Can you touch the stand-up bags? Give me a.
you start with the slalom, then you got some hurdles you got to go under. It's a little bear crawl and then the high jump pit. You got to clear that bar, and we are off and running. Yes, that's how you do it. And then a tag team, and we got stutter steps before you hit the high jump pit, and then you hand off to your guy who's eventually, after rolling a tire, did we walk into the CrossFit Games? What happened? Where are we right now?
Flipping a tire. We got Jackson. We got Jackson Dart here. How come you're not in the obstacle course?
They told us we can only compete in one event.
So you chose the tug of war.
Yeah, they kind of rigged the tug of war, but it's all good.
It was quarterbacks on like a fullback and some linebackers over there.
100%. We tried to argue it, but they like giving the blue team other points, so we'll just let it go.
Tell me your level of excitement offensively, maybe. Some additions in the portal, but a lot of talent, a lot of guys that put up big numbers coming back next year. Where's your level of excitement for what you guys are going to do in the fall?
Yeah, we have, Coach has said it a few times, like our roster is an elite roster, but it doesn't matter as long as we come together as a team. So we're just trying to, build that culture day in and day out. I don't think there's ever been a more exciting season going into a year than this year for Ole Miss. So, we just got to stay focused on our daily plans as a team and just try to get better, try to do the extra work day in and day out to do that.
Speaking of getting better, I think last year when I break down your film, your decisiveness and accuracy and ball placement are two different things, right? You were always accurate. Your ball placement last year, I thought, got so much better, especially downfield, your comfortability with the receivers. What area of your game do you want to improve upon to take that next step again next year?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to improve on. I mean, just for short, I want to be like an OC out there. I want like Coach Weiss to be able to trust me, to call my own plays if I have to. I think the big thing for me and him is like I want to understand that every time he calls a play, what he's looking at, what he's looking for to attack. So there's a lot of things to improve on, and I'm really excited to continue to improve myself day in and day out.
So how many hot dogs would you have taken down if you would have been in there?
Like 3.
I ate 3.
That made me throw up. I can't do that. That was disgusting.
That's awesome, man. Have some fun. Good watching you. Good luck next year.
Jordan, did you notice, as you're talking to Jackson Dart, by the way, that's another win for Blue. They picked up 8 points so far in the obstacle course. His speech pattern even mimics Lane's speech pattern. I mean, you can tell when people spend a lot of time around each other, they pick up some of the same mannerisms, maybe the speech pattern, the words he uses, the talk ball. Like, that's a guy who spent a lot of time with Lane Kiffin.
No doubt. I mean, he saw just how valuable that QB coach relationship was with Matt Corral and Lane Kiffin. And I think he's learned the more time you spend around a guy that knows so much more football. I mean, Lane's forgotten more football than any of us will ever learn in a really long time. So the fact that he is just every ounce, and you heard him there, I want to be able to call my own plays. I want to be able to take more control of the offense. That's a guy that has spent the work to get ready between the ears, and he's ready to get unleashed next year.
It's nearly sacrilegious to compare any offense to what LSU accomplished in 19 with Joe Burrow. But what level of freedom did Joe Burrow have running that national championship offense, and is that attainable for Dart, understanding that they're completely different offenses?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Burrow had a lot of freedom to check things at the line of scrimmage, concepts, routes, and Jackson will have maybe not the exact amount of talent, but he'll have a lot of talent like Joe did, and they're going to run a very similar passing game concept and system next year as well.
Golf cart push again. Blue is just rolling in the obstacle course, and Monty Kiffin loves it.
They better slow that thing down before the brick wall down at the end there. Don't get a little too hyped up.
I got to tell you, I did not have Monty Kiffin riding in a pushed golf cart on my bingo card today.
Neither did Lane Kiffin.
I don't think Monty did either.
The conspiracy theory that I put Joey on the blue team to get them to come back and make it close. And now the blue team's come all the way, and now they're leading.
I believe that's exactly what you did. I mean, it's about driving competition. What better way to close the gap than have the GOAT perform?
And I didn't want people turning the station.
We appreciate your support.
Does that mean the American Gladiator is going to come out for red now?
I had one other idea, and they shot me down. Like the joust competition where they come on the horses with the poles.
Real horses. You wanted to have real horses and real jousting.
Yeah.
I mean, the tennis ball cannon.
Like I'm not is this not entertaining?
Are you not entertained? Yeah, we should have had jousting.
I think
why not have a duel while we're at it? 10 paces.
That kind of conflicts with let's not get anybody hurt out here in theory.
Maybe the walk-ons could have taken part in the joust competition. Here we go. This is the closest one we've had. And blue once again going to shove ahead with the golf cart.
Oh, red's coming back.
Is that a blue sweep? Did they win so. Every one of them?
$63-56 blue. That's the magic of Joey Chestnut.
So we've got a touchdown game going into the fourth quarter. And now it's back to football, right? All right, we may have one more commercial to take. Let's do that. We're back in just a couple minutes. More football coming your way. The 7-on-7 rolls on. Great crowd on hand today, and the weather is Chamber of Commerce perfect. What's been your favorite part so far?
Aside from the hot dog eating competition and seeing Joey Chestnut, the greatest of all time, the GOAT in a lot of categories, that was pretty fun to see. I think getting these big boys out here running around the obstacle course, the dunk contest. I mean, honestly, my favorite parts has been everything that wasn't football, which makes this so unique.
And let me ask you a football question, though. What can you take out of the benefits of playing 7-on-7 as a quarterback, as a wide receiver? How does that – we know this is not going to be happening in September on a Saturday afternoon, but the repetitions that you're able to build, not being in pads, running routes, same types of routes that you're going to run on the field on Saturday.
Yeah, it forces you to throw into tighter windows, right? Because linebackers aren't worried about the run game, so they're getting deeper. DBs aren't worrying about run support, so they're glued onto their receivers. So, yeah, it doesn't translate exactly to 11-on-11, but it's great reps for these quarterbacks to force the ball into tighter windows. To see a guy maybe only have a yard of separation, that's okay. Rip it. Let that one go. So it's really great for these quarterbacks to see it, learn it, rep it over and over and over again. But, again, it's not exactly 11-on-11 football when it's all said and done.
Do you need some Pepto-Bismol? How do you feel?
You know, I'm pretty good now. Yeah, got some water. The 3 hot dogs started to settle down a little bit. I think I'm good.
It's good. Okay, we could have the kickers involved. I'm hearing that we could have a 3.50-yard field goal at the end of the quarter. There is also a scoring change of dubious origin, yet it has red out with a 3-point lead. It's almost like they're making it up as they go along.
Sounds kind of like our normal broadcast.
Yes. Both in mid-season form.
Tell you what I didn't do, though. Didn't put on any sunscreen.
No.
It's a
Bad
big
idea.
mistake.
Well, at least you're not wearing all black. That would be dumb. Charlie Weiss Jr. with some instruction. Set it, just let it rip. That's Aiden Williams.
Aiden Williams, another guy that doesn't get a ton of recognition, right, with Trey Harris and now Juice Wells joining the ranks and Jordan Watkins, but he can absolutely fly, and he's made a couple really big plays today. Young receiver, still developing, but he's going to be a guy they lean on at times this fall that can make some big-time plays.
I know we have a chance to see him, but how bored have the kickers been today?
What'd you say?
How bored have the kickers been today?
This is like a normal day for them. You kidding? When I played, kickers went over to the stadium. They weren't even with the team. They kicked around. They played little games. I think they ended up like throwing the football around a little bit. And then they come back for the end of practice, kick 3 field goals, and that's a day.
3-point conversion. Yes, we had it. If you're down and you're down by 3 or more, you can go for 3 with the 50-yard extra point.
Okay, no brainer. Yeah.
Like the XFL or Arena League will copy us, maybe.
Yes. Trendsetter. That kick is right on the money and good. Just snuck it in the left upright.
A lot of pressure, though. These kickers haven't done anything.
No.
His leg's not warm. Step up there and drilled it. Love it.
Breeze at his back, so that's helpful. 3-point conversion. It's like rock and jock.
I mean, this was a runaway the first half of today by the red team, and the blue has stormed back. On the wings or maybe on the stomach of Joey Chestnut. Started that roll.
The esophagus of Joey Chestnut. Jackson Dart's going to get back out there and try to rip it again. Oh, nope, we got somebody else in a quarterback. Is that Walker?
Yeah, Walker Howard in there now.
Howard redshirted a year at LSU, and he gets picked off on the first pick of this one.
Oh, and Lewis Moore, the transfer from Indiana, again, great coverage and a great job undercutting that route for the touchdown. He's another guy that they added in the portal. He's a guy, JUCO wide receiver initially, played a lot of nickelback. Last year was his first year really playing on the back end. He had kind of an up and down season, but Pete Golding thinks he's a heck of a player. Even brought him in his office a week or so ago and said, hey, look, I know you're thinking a lot right now, picking up a new system. I want you to run out there and make mistakes because I want to see your speed. I want to see your athleticism. And he said really the last couple practices they've had, he's had his best practices and really trending in the right direction.
You brought up a good point about Pete Golding, talking about the talent that they have at all.
The right speed, the right athleticism at the right spots. So you're right, they won't be blitzing as much. They can play man-to-man on the back end with anybody in the conference. So that changes up what they're able to do in some of the pressure game as well when they do want to. But it's going to be a defense that can get after the quarterback with 4 and man cover on the outside. And it's been a while since we've been able to say that at Ole Miss.
You know, as long as we've been doing that, it's a common message from a frustrated defensive coordinator to say to us, I don't have SEC blank. I don't have SEC speed in the back end. I don't have SEC size up front. I don't have SEC guys at every position. So when I go take on Georgia, Alabama, we're going to be at a deficit before we even take a snap. That is what every coordinator and head coach worries about and what drives the recruiting side of all of this. Dart just fires a bullet over the middle, a little bit late and a hair behind.
Oh, and Blue's going to get the ball back here, up 6. That was a big drive for Red to try to get back in this game. Jackson trying to get it all back in one throw. And now Blue with a chance to put it out of reach, maybe?
What's the kneel down situation in 7-on-7?
Here's the thing. Lane can come in here in a minute and make up a new rule, and we're going to have a competition right back. So buckle up. We don't know what's going to happen.
Red's taking a timeout. They will stop the clock. And there's a challenge to the game clock, so they're going to put some more time on the clock.
It's going to be Austin Simmons here at quarterback. This is where situational football comes in, man. I just keep taking those flat routes. 7-on-7, those are usually easy to pick up. I just let that clock run.
Not mistaken, you got to get to the 20 to pick up your first down. .310 and rolling. Jason Albritton. Oh.
Amarian Walker, the transfer from Michigan, is out there playing wide receiver. He's a DB. He played wide receiver, went to Michigan as a wide receiver, ended up playing DB, but that was interesting. Pete Golding said we had him at camp in Alabama, and me and Coach Saban wanted him as a DB. Said, you're going to be a first rounder. He said, I want to play receiver. So went to Michigan, and now he's back with Pete playing DB, except for today he's catching a few balls.
Why not? Traditional meal of champions on the line. Winners get steak, losers get beanie weenies.
Boy, after all those hot dogs, those beanie weenies are looking worse and worse. They'll probably just chop those up and throw them in.
All right, Red is out of timeouts. There's 2 minutes left. They're down by 6. We're standing in the opposite end zone. We're probably not safe here.
No.
All right, they're coming this way. Pete Golding's trying to dial up a defense to seal the win. He walked us through how these teams were selected, and the Leadership Council had the first choice. But he said the problem is the Leadership Council is heavy on offensive skill guys and bigs up front. Well, bigs have no role in this game. So, but the offensive skill guys in the Leadership Council on red and the bigs on blue, deck was stacked before they even made their first pick.
Yeah, the starting D linemen in that leadership group are going, we don't even get to get out on the football field except for to eat some hot dogs. Trying to reach Caden Prescorn down the middle of the field there. Just out of reach. It's a big third down.
Looking at a third down, yeah. Wheel route near side. He's going. Oh! 1:39 remaining, and we got a tie game.
Mac Owen, the sophomore receiver. I tell you what, that ball hung up so long. The DB jumped early, and Owen just kept running past him. Ended up right in the breadbasket.
We're tied at 70. Now you get a chance to choose your extra point. 1, 2, or I guess since it's tied, you can't go for the three-pointer. I think they're going to go for 1, and this will be spotted at the 5-yard line. This is with 1:39 to go. Take the lead. for the lead late in the game. Back to the end zone. He got 1 foot down. Yeah, they say he got them both, and he's in. What did you see? You're right on top of it.
I was right down the line here. I thought that foot might have been out. Not going to lie. I'm an offensive guy.
0 feet.
I think he didn't have any in there. Let's see if we can see on the video board. We're going to get a little replay.
It's a look from our chalk.
Oh,
the toe was on the chalk.
On the line. Toe was on the line. The defense is calling for the review. Lane Kiffin calling for the review. Isn't that what they do in basketball?
Yeah. Yeah, you put the headset on. All right, Lane Kiffin's he's the master arbiter.
We do not have instant replay here, so we are defaulting to you.
We got it up on the video board here.
Okay.
I think there's a toe down right there. I think it's a toe down on the chalk. I think it's out. No good. Yeah, no good. It's I was right down the line. I was right. No, look.
We are going to the divot.
Right
we are going
right
to the
there.
divot.
There's the toe.
In the footprint.
No. Toe was on the line. Toe was on the line. You can see it. Look, right here. Right here. Right here. That's chalk. That's chalk. No good. No good.
The Zapruder film has less scrutiny than that would be.
I just made 70 enemies wearing red jerseys right now.
Watch your 6 at the library tonight.
I swear. Seeing it live, I was right down the line. I definitely thought it was out. I know the replay looks really close.
I know, listen, I know quarterbacking is hard. I know calling games is hard. How hard is officiating?
It's impossible. But I found this. You can see the spot. There's chalk that's up on the spot. I found it over here somewhere. Oh, I think it's right here.
All right.
Oh, no, it was somewhere. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see white right there. There's a cleat mark. It's on the white. Barely, but it's on the white.
You've been fantastic. You've just done such great work today in all facets.
I might need to book my flight, rebook it for tonight, and get out of here kind of fast.
Drive to Memphis. Lane wasted no time of putting you at the center of attention. Did you see how I slowly backed away?
Yeah. Tell you what, though, made it interesting. Tied up.
Still got 1:03 to play. A.J. Maddox, Hattiesburg native, rips one over the middle, and that's a first down for Blue with 56:55 left. Lane says the clock will run. Remember, Red is out of timeouts. What a play on the back end. That was beautiful.
Great coverage by Travaris Banks there. Using that sideline, kept pushing him in that direction. Nowhere to put that ball. 34 seconds. Second down. We got J.J. Pegues now playing offense over here as well. Back to his days at Auburn as a tight end.
Oh, incomplete, 29 seconds left. We got second down.
Third down now. Ball just a little behind. I mean, now would be a good time to say I was probably about 60-40 on that call.
I feel like you were 100% confident until you saw the second replay.
Yeah. Uh-oh, fumble.
Oh, it's down where the ball was fumbled. That will also stop the clock.
And that's going to make it fourth down.
in the backfield.
$25 seconds left.
I mean, we had a dunk contest. We had an obstacle course. We had a hot dog eating contest. And somehow, with 25 seconds left, it is 70-70.
The clock is rolling. I think Red's going to have, they're going to get one more shot at it. Blue uses the timeout with 2 seconds left. They're going to try to win it with a field goal, or they're going to keep the offense on the field?
Now Charlie Weiss Jr. in there. What we got coming?
We got a Hail Mary coming right here to Aiden Williams, but Sawyer's going to try to do something crazy to figure it out. So I don't know what he's got planned, but he's got something up his sleeve.
So we're trying to throw it up to number 1 here. Aiden Williams, a little Hail Mary on fourth down. 2 seconds left.
2 seconds left on the clock coming out of this timeout, and 8 minutes left in our broadcast window.
A lot of conversation over here around Lane Kiffin. I don't know what they're trying to sort out.
We're going to kick. He's going to kick?
Let's see if he can clear it up for us.
If he hits it, the blue team wins. If he misses it, the red team wins.
All right, it's all or nothing. 65-yard field goal from Cade Davis.
65?
The wind, what was present, was at his back. He made previously made a 50-yarder. Is that right?
65 yards. What's going through your head? 65 yards.
Let's just bang it. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Love
good
it.
Weather, good wind. Why not?
Wind behind you.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
go.
all day.
All right, he feels good. So if he makes it, Blue wins, steak dinners.
It's like teeing off at number 11 at Augusta. He's got to fit it right between. It's like kicking between the pines here. Got both teams lined up inside the hashes.
65-yard field goal attempt for the win.
See what he's got. For the Grove Bowl games and to walk it off, Cade Davis. Last play of the game. Oh, it's wide right. And the red team wins it.
Wow. Had the leg.
Right before he made contact, a little gust of wind came through the corner. And if it was off just a hair, it got pushed wide.
Wow. You're right. That wind has been blowing straight at the goalposts all day. And right before that kick, a strong left to right. And that's where he missed.
Well, I'm not ready to promise that this is going to sweep the nation, but I think some hybrid portions of this are going to be very appealing to a lot of college coaches
Absolutely. I think this was brilliant. I love the setup. I love that it was fun. I love that we got football. I love that fans, sororities, fraternities all got involved. Joey Chestnut, you will absolutely be seeing this come to another SEC city or maybe a few next year.
I mean, why not? You don't need much space. Maybe next year they could do it on the square.
I like where your head's at.
Swing by Funky's, get a daiquiri, come by over, and
we
watch
could
it
just
at the
broadcast from inside one of those establishments.
Yes, I am all for every bit of that. 71-70, the red team wins it. We're going to wrap it up from Oxford in just a moment. What a thrilling afternoon. Yes.
By me on that play in the end zone. I called it no good, which led to that 70 all, and I saw him out.
Your self-importance never ceases to amaze me. Speaking of, let's lean on your expertise. You look at the schedule coming up for Ole Miss next season, coming off of an 11